Alright, so I think the next step is going to be to try and clean the inside out a bit. And I might take out the chairs as well so I can get right under and give it a good clean. So, seems like I may have found another dead something on my adventures here. That's probably some part of a rat. And it's definitely been there for a while. I don't really want to touch that. Well, that dude is mummified, bro. What the fuck? He's in there, bro. Fuck it. Damn. That's kind of fucked up. Okay, so from what I understand, it's pretty much just these that get taken off. And then the chair should pretty much just slide out. So, I've taken off the center console. Shit is yucky in there, but I've managed to get all the bolts out for the chair now. There's a lot of shit in here that's just disgusting. Macca's chippies and shit, old pennies. But hopefully this should now come out. Oh. Oh. There we go. Okay, now I think I'll do this for the passenger side, and then I can clean all this up a lot easier. You can see the true extent of the mess that I left my car in. Now I'm going to get all this shit out and then give it a vacuum. Took out all the chairs, gave it a nice vacuum. There's still a lot of whiskey hair embedded everywhere, but yeah, I've given it a bit of a clean. Looks a lot better. I've given the chairs a vacuum. Realistically, these need to be like fucking wet vac and shit. I've got a mate who details, he might be able to help me with that, but I'm not sure yet. Then yeah, for the time being I'll probably get the chairs back in. But then at some stage I'll probably just replace them because those are getting quite old. Yippee! Okay, so the very final thing to do is run the car for a bit and then change the oil to the proper good oil and also the oil filter as well. And that should be the engine flush done. So, that pop was one of the spark plug coils popping out because I cleaned them out with a bit of brake cleaner, so probably residue igniting. But it's looking all right. Let's let this run for a little bit. In about 10 minutes, this whole time it's been idling really well. It started off at about 1200, which is expected for a cold start. As it's heated up, it's gone down to about 700-800, which is perfect. No engine light, which is good. And my old Lord Gore CD was in the stereo, which is good because that's a rare CD. Anyways, now I've got to stop this and get the old engine oil out with the engine flush and see how it goes. I have gardening gloves on, so sure that will protect me from the horrors of third-degree burns. Just do the rest this way hand. Hey, that bolt's going to be pretty oily. Let that empty out, and then I will find that bolt. That's all the flushed molasses. Now I have got to change the oil filter, which will be interesting. Not sure what the easiest way to go about this is. Okay, so from what I've heard, I should be able to get a screwdriver and a hammer and smack it into the oil filter and use that to be able to unscrew it. So I can just hand screw on the new one. It's got a beautiful new Ryco fuel filter. This may be harder than what was thought. Gotta think of a different approach. What if I take off this fender? Now I can get it a lot easier.
尿酸580，套一包卡买中华。网红耍擦边，刷上热搜遭封杀。都想开好车，结果开上马自达。放贷容易还贷难，闹到要自杀。耍点人情世故，他一无是处。老同学今年过生成牛排自助。
Okay, so now that oil is drained, fuel filter is changed, and all the flush and yucky shit is gone, it's time to put in some more oil of the good stuff. So this car uses either 10W40 or 10W30, doesn't matter. It's 3.8 litres to fill it. This is a 5 litre bottle, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to have to get out the watering can and do some measuring. I've got the new oil in, new oil filter, so hopefully I can start it again. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Okay, we've been idling for about 15-20 minutes now. It's running really good actually. It's not giving any of that it's sort of dripping some of that shit, that's okay. There's no backfires when I let off the throttle now. There's no idling issues, it's starting up really easily. The spark plug wells will eventually fill up with oil again, but that's why the rocker cover's coming in. Inside is really a lot cleaner than what it was previously. A fucking leaf just blew in there. And yeah, so hopefully the fuel filter and rocker cover arrives soon. Should get some stuff and clean up my tyres, make them look a bit better. And I'll get a new battery so I can stop doing this fuck around. Yeah. Alright, so fuel filter rocker cover gasket has arrived. So while I take advantage of changing the cover gasket, I'm going to have a go at painting the head of the rocker cover. I'm not sure how well it will turn out, but I'm painting it red because red makes it go faster. And this is caliper paint, but they didn't have the engine one, but from what I understand 500 Fahrenheit should be more than enough, so let's start figuring that out. Okay, so time to take the engine apart once again.
哎，打个人就要遵守规章制度。哎，飞机吧有几把，但没得飞机。上班要赶到时间。
All of the bolts are out. Now, in theory, this should just sort of come off. In theory. Alrighty, I think I have done it. This side loose. Holy shit. It's probably why the mechanic, when I remember taking it to it, using it. Oh, fuck no. Probably why the mechanic was like, yeah, you should get it done, but we didn't bother doing it. Damn. Damn. There we go. Oh shit, that's bad on that side. Okay, so got some foil and plastic wrap. So I don't know, I'm assuming shit shouldn't go in there, which would make sense. I might have this off for a bit, so I'm going to cover it up. Okay, that should be that sorted. Now, let's deal with this. Alright, so what I'm going to do to start with is put a tiny bit of brake cleaner on the corner of that, and just get rid of this gunk that's sort of clocked up around the seal. Okay. So I think I'll keep the gasket on for the moment. The plan is to paint it. The first thing I'd have to do is remove the paint and remove the yucky. Because there's a lot of yucky on this backside that I wasn't able to get to. So I reckon I'm going to do that now.
It's just a bowl of dust underneath my feet. It's all around the town. Doesn't mean I'm much to me.
The neighbour's cutting up wood whiskers. Now, I've done the first lot of paint stripper. It's gotten most of it off. This is sort of rusty, so I might get some rust remover, but I could honestly paint over it or sand it off. I'll see how bad it is. It's mainly just a bit of corrosion around these parts, but and there's a little bit there and some sort of in there, but yeah, I'm going to do another level layer of paint stripper. Now I know I said I wasn't going to get that contaminated, but I think at this point I'm just going to fully clean this whole head unit, and I'm just going to put a bunch of shit on that to stop anything from getting in. But yeah, so I'll do another level, another spray of the paint stripper and see how we go.
I take a chance over edge of life, just right all rails. I look inside and I dig it right. Got the wrong point for second base. There's a blazing fire in my heart tonight, growing higher, higher in my soul. There's a raging fire in the sky tonight. I wanna ride on the sea, but now while into the night, till I make you take me on your mighty wings. Make you take me on your mighty wings across the sky.
Okay, so the engine for the most part is completely stripped of paint. I've sanded off as much of the rust as I can. Some of these spots are a bit hard, so you can see it's sort of spreading out. I've degreased a fair bit in here. I just decided to clean it considering all the paint specks and shit went in here. So next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave it overnight to dry out in the sun and get all of the water out, because I can't be having any of that. And tomorrow I can hopefully get it painted.
Take me on your magic wings. Take me on your magic wings tonight.
Got all the holes covered up. I've fully cleaned this, degreased it and scuffed it up, so yeah, it is ready for primer. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't think this is gonna be too great, as it's the first ever time I've done this, but such is life, it's a learning curve. So I'll be using VHT Flameproof Primer. I don't think this will be reaching 1,000 degrees Celsius, so should be good.
We just a little rock, a little cold blue steel. I cut the night like the best of life. Did not feel what I wanna feel. There's no lazy fire in my heart tonight. Growing higher, higher in my soul. There's no lazy fire in the sky tonight. I wanna ride over sea, but now.
Alright, so I don't think it turned out too bad. A little fucking speck has gone there, but there's some, it's not the best job in the world, but yeah, we've got our primer, our red paint, and then our clear gloss coat on. So what I'll do is I'll leave this to dry. Either way, I think it looks pretty good. It's definitely going to go faster now that it's red. Okay, so this is all hardened up and dried out. I took off the tape. It's not perfect, there's some spots, little bits of shit that got under it, but you know, you do what you can do. These look rough, but they'll all be covered up by things. So now I'm just going to sand off the lettering and give it a final coat of clear coat, and we should be good.
Did I make you take me on your mighty wings? Make you take me on your mighty wings across the sky. Take me on your mighty wings. Take me on your mighty wings tonight.
Okay, so the painting phase is finally done. It is by no means perfect, but I think it's alright considering the first time I've done it. There's some rough spots. I wouldn't hire me to paint your stuff, but I don't know, it looks pretty nice. So now what I'm going to do is put on the gaskets and get it back on. And now we have got the main gasket, which is this one for the rocker cover itself. Now, I'm assuming this sort of just fits in how it looks. Wow, look at that. That was pretty good. Cool. Now it's got to change spark plug gaskets, and it should be pretty much good to go. Here is our beautiful engine bay that I have had covered up with some tape and newspaper and other shit. So I'll just get that off for the time being. Gotta be careful, it's a bit windy today. I don't want shit blowing in. It's actually a horrid day because it's quite windy and it's 39 degrees. So let's do this carefully. So I already cleaned these off before, so I should be able to just pop that on and then pop that on, pop that on, and then pop that on. Let me just cover those back up quickly. Next thing is going to be getting the head on itself. So this will be an interesting one because it's got a very specific torque spec. I think it's 27 plus or minus 4 inch-pounds. So I don't even know if my torque wrench can do it. If it can't, then it's getting hand tightened and we're calling it a day. Basically, these need to be tightened to 27 inch-pounds, which is something like 3 Newton meters, which is nowhere near the spec of my fucking torque wrench. So we're going to go for the next best thing, and that's hand tighten it. Yikes. Yeah, so I don't know if I'll be able to record this because it's so fucking hot today that my phone keeps stopping recording because it's overheating, but we'll see how we go.
Hey, bitch, I wake up in the morning, beat my meat at 10. Then I brush my teeth and get the beating on my meat again. I done bust a nut like all over the seat again.
The rocker cover is on. I have no clue if it is tight enough or if it needs to be tighter or whatnot. I'm just gonna hope that that's good. Now, one thing I've noticed is while the paint job looks not too bad, other than the few sort of shitty spots on it, it's rather easy to scratch the paint off. So I don't know if that was just me putting on too many layers, or if I fucked something up, or if it's because the clear coat hasn't hardened yet fully, which apparently it won't do until it's actually heat treated, which is done by running the engine. This little breather tube, which should fit snug. My phone overheated again while recording, so I don't know how much it got, but that's pretty much it. Now I think I will probably need new ignition coils because these are supposed to go sort of right down, but as you can see, even with the new gaskets, it still sort of pops up. So yeah, I'm not too sure what the cause of that is, but I'm assuming it might be the ignition coils and these seals here. Other than that, everything is connected, so in theory should be able to hook up the battery and start it, and hopefully nothing blows up, and hopefully, like, that's finger tight. There's a bit of a gap, but it's the seal's there, so hopefully that's all right. Wow, would you look at that? Looks to be good. Still idling at the correct revs. Awesome. There we go. I just need to, didn't end up finding out where this rocker cover went either, but yeah, now I just need to put in the fuel filter and buy a new battery to fit in there. And yeah. It's now time for the final thing before getting front bumper sorted and car cleaned up, and that is the fuel filter. So this will be a fun one. I need to lift up the back seat, and then I need to depressurize the fuel system, and then get the old fuel filter out and remove the pump from it, and then put it together with the new one, and that should be that. Okay, so my understanding, you should be able to just sort of do that. Cool. Hopefully there's no creepy crawlies living under the seats. It's actually a good time to probably vacuum in here a bit as well. This is actually like the cleanest part of the car. let's have a look at what we're dealing with here. So, got this, it's a really nice soft material. Lift that back, there we go. We've got the lid to the fuel tank there. So what I'll do is I'll get this off. Oh, another shekel. Damn, it's a pretty clean $2 coin. So yeah, get this off and see how dirty it is underneath, because I know it catches a lot of dust in there. Okay, let's get this off and see how it looks. Let's get this off. Damn. Oh shit. Spider-Man. 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 Cool. So that's that. Let's have a look. It is a lot less dirtier than I thought it would have been, which is good. The problem is there's some screws in here that are under here, and they might be a bit of a pain to get off. But first I'm going to try and remove as much of the dust in here as I can. Alright. Okay, well, next thing to do is to depressurize the fuel system, and to do that I need to find the fuse that controls the fuel pump, and then I have to start the car a few times. So here is the fuse box, and the one we want is this blue number 15 here. That is for the fuel pump. So pretty much what I got to do is take it out and then start the car, and then it will fail to start because no fuel's being pumped in, and then once that's done I've got to crank it for about 5 seconds, and that should fully depressurize the fuel system. So yeah, let's get onto that. Should be able to just use some pliers hopefully and pull that out. There we go. There is our fuse, and now I really don't want to lose this, so I'm going to put it somewhere safe. So I've got the battery connected, fuse is out, so now I'm going to try and start it, and it should hopefully stall straight away, and then I've just got to crank it a bit. Okay. Yeah, that should be depressurized now, and I can start taking out the fuel filter. To my untrained eye, these look like they should be 8mm. Fuck yeah. Now, I need to grab my pliers and start undoing things. So, that looks like power or something. There we go. Let's hold that out of the way and get rid of that dust. This fucking weather we've got makes it so my phone keeps overheating. Either way, I'll just start again. We've disconnected the battery, depressurized all the fuel lines, gotten that off, vacuumed some of the dust out. Now I just need to get the 2 hoses off. I've moved this clamp up a bit, so I should be able to pull this off now. And yeah, hopefully fuel does not explode everywhere. This is on kind of tight. Oh, there we go. What I'm going to do is hold this around it in case it does leak fuel. And hopefully it will be absorbed. It seems. Oh, I can smell the petrol, but there was no leak, which is good. Now, do the same thing where I get the vacuum out. We can get rid of this one, which hopefully won't leak either. Cool, I think that was pretty good actually. Now that that is off, the next thing to do is to unscrew the whole filter itself, so let's start doing that. So as it turns out, whoever designed this is a bit of a cock. I need to unscrew these two 8mm, but they sit under this lip, so your standard wrench or socket can't fit in. So you need one of those ones that go like, and that way you can fit it under and get it out. Okay, so after going to the shop, nowhere has offset wrenches. So my final strat is to use one of these bits, put that on, and then try and loosen it with me pliers. Might be better actually to use a wrench. Using all my brain cells, I used a wrench and this screwdriver socket, and I have been able to loosen them enough so that I can get them off my fingies. I don't know how I'm going to go about getting them back on, but I'll figure that out later. Cool. See this one off. Hey, there we go. All of these are now off. One final vacuum. I don't really want stuff falling in when I take out the fuel filter. Alright. Now, this should come out. Maybe a bit of a wiggle. Okay. Okay, it seems like it. So hopefully this can just... Hey, and there's my fuel tank. Cover back over it so shit doesn't fall in. Let's swap this over. I don't really have a workstation, so I've got some boxes stacked up. So here is the old one. This is the new one, which I will open. As part of this, I think the bottom part in here is the fuel pump itself. So cool. So that's the new one. I guess start by taking this apart. What I'm thinking is this bottom part should unclip first. So it should be just a matter of getting the clips off, which is a bit awkward. Oh shit, okay. There's still a fair bit of fuel in this. Okay, that's off. Get that one off. Maybe get this one off. It's a little clip thing. This here is the fuel pump. I'm guessing that bag sort of filters things before it goes into the pump. Get this big O-ring off. I think if I get these off, more fuel is going on my fingies. That's burning my cuts. Okay, that's come out. Oh, there we go. Oh shit. Oh shit. Assuming that just bends down and it slides out underneath. Okay, pump should be able to come right out. Awesome. Okay, and we've got the new one over here. It should be just a matter of getting this back in. Okay. There we go. This will clip in. So I think that's pretty much it. Cool, so there's our new fuel pump. Let's get it back in the car and see if it works. Okay, one thing that is probably important is this little plastic hose that I have forgotten to put on. So I'm going to take that off the old one. It is this one here. Nope. And going to stick that on here, presumably like that. Okay, I think that is about everything. Oh, there's still fucking, where's it coming from, man? The only thing that is left to do is to put this back in. Let's get this plate back off. So, oh, I need to put the O-ring on. O-ring is back on. So now we can put that in. Should just sort of fit in like that, I guess, and screw the cover back on. See how we go. I'd say there's probably a correct orientation for this, if that's why that's not lining up. That's better. Yep, and then this should spin so those little clips line up. Cool. So now I've got to tighten all this on, get everything reconnected, and pray that the car doesn't blow up.
The number one beater, Derek Jeter, I stay with the wood. I just bought some grip gloves just so that I can get it good. Ever since I was a jit, I was misunderstood. Used to beat my meat while watching.
Alright. It was a lot easier to tighten these up with the wrench than undo them. So, final thing, grab the pliers and we'll get these reconnected. Get this one in first. It up a bit. This, that, do that, and finally get that on, and there we go. That is a new fuel filter. Now before I put all this back together, I'm going to see if the car wants to actually start. Okay, got our fuse. Let's pop this in. Cool. Reconnect the battery. Okay, let's see if it wants to start. Here we go. There we go. What do you think of that? It is working with the new fuel pump. It's looking good, no lights or warnings. Check in here, no leaks or anything. Awesome. Means I can put all this back together.
Anytime you see me, man, I probably just masturbated. I bust a nut in Arizona, then it evaporated. I bust a nut in therapy, my therapist congratulated.
Well, there we go. So far, we've done spark plugs, engine flush, fuel filter, oil filter, cleaned it all up, vacuumed inside, and I'm probably forgetting something. But we have got the car working. It can now pretty much be driven. I just need to get an actual battery for it instead of this boat battery. Probably need to pump the tyres up a bit. The rear rotors should be fine. They will need to be changed soonish because that was something that I never got done previously. The front brake pads are pretty much relatively new to when I got the car, before I stopped using the car. So with a bit of use, that surface rust on the pads should come off. Probably need to pump the tyres up a bit. But yeah, I'll get an unregistered vehicle permit, drive it around a bit, book in a time with the Bodyworks to get the front bumper painted, then I can get that back on. And then for the most part, that should be ready. I'll take it to a mechanics and see if there's any other things that need to be fixed. And then hopefully I can get it registered. And once it's registered, I'll then look at doing some other stuff. Probably look at changing the radiator and coolant. Eventually get new headers, a better exhaust, and maybe a better intake. And I'll probably look at getting the AC compressor hooked back up, because at the moment it is not, so there's no aircon in this car. And I probably need to fix the stereo because it's a bit sort of loose in its socket. But other than that, I've done a pretty good job. It's my first time doing anything car related, so it's been a good learning experience. So yeah, there we go.